Sports. Von Allen Sports.
This is the man with the most badass name in sports, the Pharaoh, the Egyptian god himself, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And on behalf of my man Von Allen, we want to thank you for your support. Let's fucking go.
Hey there, how you doing? Coach here outside of beautiful Arrowhead Stadium, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. You're watching Von Allen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. So subscribe now and join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go, baby.
Von Allen Sports.
That was outstanding on so many levels. Look at that torque.
Hello? Check. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Elf, I didn't mean to delete your comments. I was just trying to put you in timeout as a joke. And then when you do timeout, it just deleted all your comments. So guys, don't delete or don't put anyone in timeout as a joke, because it will delete all their comments and then I won't be able to read what they said. I did not know that does that. It didn't do that before. Timeout just used to mean that they can't post for like a minute, or, you know, I was just doing it, just joking around, but it deleted everything. So don't do that. If you're a moderator, if you have the wrench, don't do that. So, okay, unless it's somebody really spamming, you know, like somebody comes in, so. Just a second. All right. Little late getting started. I was watching the Bills-Eagles game, and I was a little behind on that, so. I just have one thing to say. How you guys feel about running the division again? All right. So let's go. Let's go. Yeah. So I have one thing that I would like to say to all the strength of schedule idiots. And that would be strength of schedule. Oh, the Patriots beat the Jets. Ooh, so what? They beat up on the Jets. Really? Okay. All the Steelers had to do was defeat the Browns. You defeat the Browns, you win your division, you can chill. Okay? You eliminate the Ravens at the same time. All you had to do was beat the lowly Browns, and you couldn't even do that, right? Okay, again, I'm being sarcastic. I'm not crapping on the Steelers. I'm saying I'm trying to make a point. So what happened? Wait a minute. The Buccaneers. The Panthers lost. So that means all the Bucs had to do was beat the Dolphins. They're even in your own state. It's not like you're going to some weather game somewhere. You're in your own state. You're just right across. Just whoop. You could drive there. Okay? Yeah, I don't. Well, let me say it like this. This is the NFL. Okay? So the Buccaneers could not defeat the Dolphins in order to take their own division when the opportunity was there. Don't talk to me about strength of schedule. Don't talk to me about that. If we beat the teams we're supposed to beat, or people are expecting us to beat, we get criticized for that. Like, oh, well, you didn't beat anybody. But then we beat somebody good. Oh, that's your only good win. But if you lose to those bad teams, you never hear the end of it. You can't win. You can't win. It's no matter what, someone's gonna have something to say. So you just got to live with it, I guess. So. Yeah, all of James Johnson's comments were deleted. There was something he wrote I was wanting to read, and now I can't find it. Dang it. There should be a way to reverse that, but I can't. It doesn't. That's bull crap. All right. Let's see who's here first. What's up, guys? So James Johnson was here first, I think. Israel, what's up? Do I really want to face the Bills in the playoffs? No, of course not. Like, you want good matchups, and you don't want to deal with Josh Allen. It's you don't want that on the other side. I'm not sold on our defense, so. Bills Mafia is coping like a MF, yeah. Papa Pumpkin says, I'd say those people are lost in the strength of schedule. Yeah. They're going to claim anything, Elf, basically. It's you can't, no matter what you do. So you play the games in front of you, you get criticized for that. You lose the games, you get criticized for that. It doesn't, this needs to go left. So people are going to... What the hell's going on here? Am I fucking losing my mind or what? Why all of a sudden is this not working? There we go. Okay. Yeah, so all you can do is play the games in front of you, and there's always something somebody's got to say, right? So it's whatever. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if what your schedule is. It doesn't matter what your division is. If you win in the playoffs, it's irrelevant. People are going to talk. People are going to say things, and there's nothing you can do about it. So just let them, I guess. I need to understand something though. Why did the Bills go for 2? I mean, I appreciate that. I appreciate them doing that. That's that was charitable of them, I think. But not very smart. You were clearly moving the ball well. Things were happening. Your defense was playing okay because nobody could score anyway. And you don't kick an extra point. If you go into overtime, you're guaranteed a possession. I mean, why wouldn't you take that? I don't understand. Again, thank you. Thank you, Buffalo. Appreciate it. It's very nice of you guys. But I don't understand it. Mark says, hey, Aaron, I have to disagree about Josh being the best quarterback in the NFL. In the last few games, he did that running backwards stupid play 3 times, this time losing field goal position. A good quarterback doesn't repeat mistakes. A great quarterback improves from game to game. May is doing that. I agree. Did I ban James? No, of course not. Someone put him in timeout. I think John did. I think John did it he was just joking around. But I think John did disappear though. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Cool. So he didn't get. Okay, I thought something happened. Yeah, John, I figured you did that as a joke. I didn't know that was going to happen either. That's new. I swear to you, I don't remember it doing that before. Because we used to put people in timeout, sometimes for fun, sometimes for real, but I don't remember it deleting all of their comments. That's kind of weird. So seems a bit strange. So we've got both the Bears and the 49ers at 11-4. So what is the implications for this? Let's see. This is a seeding thing, right? This is not a playoff position thing. Yeah, I'm clearly going for the 49ers. So, yeah, absolutely. I think, anyway. So, how many 49ers are injured tonight? 17? 36? Just wondering. I wrote to that Steelers fan, April. I said, the Steelers can't make anything easy, can they? And she goes, tell me about it. My heart. I knew it was going to go that way when Green Bay lost so craptastically. Damn. Yep. Baltimore decided to play a great game, and Green Bay decided to screw it up, and then that put the Steelers in position, and they couldn't handle it. They couldn't hang, and that's unfortunate. Yeah. Now it comes down to whoever wins the Steelers Ravens game. So at least next week we have something to watch that has, that matters, that has some kind of relevance to it and some kind of meaning. Because I think most games, I think most games are pointless at this. We got to get rid of the 17th game. You just got to get rid of it. There's no point in it. It sucks. Just too many games. It's not useful. Christian McCaffrey. He doesn't get even mentioned ever as one of the greatest running backs. He doesn't, like, nobody talks about this dude. He's extraordinary. No, Miles Steroid Garrett did not get the sack record today. Speaking of McCaffrey, there he goes. Look at him go. Love those shoes. Derrick Henry, yeah, he's a bad dude, man. I just wish his career wasn't wasted in Tennessee. Can you imagine if Derrick Henry was just, a Patriot, ever since his career started, or if he was, just on a good team, a solid team. Just it would. That happens a lot. You get these great players, these generational players, and they end up on bad teams, and it's sad. You got Megatron's career being wasted by Matthew staph infection. How do you have Megatron for that long and you don't even win anything? Like, how does this happen? Seriously. You gave Tom Brady a disgruntled Randy Moss that everyone thought was basically just done already because he was just mentally whacked out. You give Tom Brady Randy Moss and he goes 16-0. Like, how do you not even come up with just like a decent run in the playoffs? I'm not even talking about a Super Bowl. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. By the way, guys, do not spill Coca-Cola on your keyboard. I had a tragedy. So I was grabbing my Coke and it was still new and it was, so it was cold and wet. Cold and wet. And it slipped out of my hand. It was slippery, and slippery when wet. It's a good album. So it spills all over my keyboard. Here's the problem with this. This keyboard is an expensive keyboard. It's the top of the line Razer keyboard. I got it years ago when I came back from Bulgaria. It's my favorite keyboard I've ever owned. And it completely just ruined the keypad. It's all sticky and everything. It got inside the mechanisms. And that just sucks. So I'm just glad I got some super chats recently and some Patreon members. So that, thank you for that, guys. That was convenient. It's so me and Lena's like, you need to move the soda holder to the other side. So now I've got it over here, far over here on the right side. So if I drop it, it just goes to the floor. Before, it was located right here, right in front of me, but that's where the keyboard and everything is. So yeah, it's sad. I thought about having a funeral for the keyboard, but you know, I thought that might be a little too weird. Oh, I was so pissed. You know, when you do something like that, it happens in slow motion. Like, I just saw the Coke falling out of my hand and just like a movie. It was awful. I was like, and there it was. Oh, that sucked. But AFC's champs, mother. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, ooh. Houston. Super Bowl Houston. Who remembers this? Huh? 28-3, baby. 28-3. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You like that? You like it? You like it? You do like it, don't you? Let me keep doing that. Faster? Faster? Okay, faster. All right, I'm trying to keep it up. All right. There you go. Good job. Israel, stop being a doom and gloom. The Patriots are going to the Super Bowl, baby. We're going to shove it up everybody's butt. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Let's go. You guys see what Tom Brady said about Drake May? He said, stop saying Drake May is the next Tom Brady. Drake May is his own player. And he's got what it takes. He's got all the things you need to be a great quarterback. Tom loves Drake May. Okay? Drake May is the, other than Josh Allen, I think, is the only young quarterback. Well, Josh isn't really young now. He's a veteran. So I'd say Drake May is the only young quarterback that Tom legitimately likes, that he legitimately feels like is a good player. And that's great news. That's amazing. So Mike Vrabel, he saw the formula that works. You get a quarterback. He saw it firsthand in the early 2000s. You play good defense. You make your team a hybrid team where you can, from week to week, you can game plan for that. But you need a quarterback that isn't the best athlete on the field. He is a facilitator. You need a guy that can do whatever you need him to do. Can he throw it in the pocket and keep his cool? Can he make the throws you need him to make? Can he stop from turning the ball over? Those are all the things that we did as the Patriots teams early on when Tom was still new in the league. We are repeating that, basically, the best we can. Although I'd say Drake May's deep ball is probably better than Tom's was at that time. But the formula is pretty much the same, except I wish we played defense a bit better. I wish we were as good as back in those days. But I think Tom sees the similarities. Now, if we can maintain this, then eventually Drake is going to become that dude. Like the way we talk about Josh Allen, he's going to be that dude that can become the entire team, like that, all that. So he's well on his way. He looks good right now. He doesn't seem to get rattled by anything. I've never seen him look worried or concerned. He's got that look that Tom used to have. But the only comparisons to Tom I see are just that, the not being rattled. But as far as playing style, they are not the same player. They're just different. When I watch Drake May play, I see Aaron Rodgers. That's straight up. Oh, that was a great throw. I have to give him credit for that. That was a great throw by Caleb. Can't stand the dude. I think he's a homo, but that was a good throw. I miss Jay Cutler. Elv, we got 2 tight ends right now. I mean, we got... What's the flag? I need to know what to post the score. Come on. So what? They're calling leverage on the defense. Okay, it's going to be on the kickoff, so that's 14 then. Look, James, I'm keeping up with it, man. Don't scold me. Oh, sorry. You meant Giant Hulk. Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. You mean like, yeah. Okay, I know what you meant. Understood. Yeah. So that would be cool if we could find another enormous. Yeah. But Diggs, dude, what Elf is saying. What's up, Sydney? Diggs is playing, dude. He is playing his butt off. He's going to get 1,000 yards. He's going to get it. He's so close right now. All he has to do is play good next week, and he'll get it. We just need to win. Denver needs to lose. And I think we get the number 1 seed. But let's pull that up. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to verify it. so I don't go on a tangent with bad information. But I'm pretty certain that I'm right. Okay. So week 18. Okay, so if the Chargers can beat the Broncos and we beat the Dolphins, yep, we get the number 1 seed. And we would finish 14-3. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's already unbelievable that we're 13-3, guys. We're 13-3. We won 4 games last year. And that tells you something about Gerard Mayo, how bad of a coach he was. It's just and bad and bad managing of a roster as well. So glad we got rid of all those idiots. Okay. Okay, the Chargers. Let's see. The Chargers, if they win, I think the Chargers got a playoff spot no matter what. Yeah, I think that, so the Chargers are going to be playing Denver, but there's a big difference. So if the Chargers lose, they're the 7th seed. If they win, they're the 6th seed. So if the Chargers win, they're going to play Denver again a week later. If Denver wins, we play the Chargers. And we'll have a warm weather team having to come to New England. So that would be advantageous for us. That would be a good situation. But there is one more issue. This is not a good thing. So if we get the number 1 seed, that may blow up in our face a little bit. Maybe not. But if we get the number 1 seed, and Denver wins their game. No, Denver has to lose. If we got the number 1 seed in Denver because Denver loses, we'll get a bye. But we know Buffalo's going to beat Jacksonville. Buffalo is the 7th seed. We would play Buffalo in our first game. Probably not something we want to see. We kind of want somebody else to take care of Josh for us, right? So he's the only quarterback in the playoffs that can wreck us. Okay, even from the NFC side. He's the one that legitimately can stop us from getting to the Super Bowl and winning. We get him out of there, and we got a legitimate chance here. So God, wouldn't that be crazy if we won? Wouldn't that be crazy if we just went to the Super Bowl? I'd be happy with that. But I'd be really happy with this Super Bowl victory. We'd be the first ones to 7. See, we kind of have a little dilemma here because Pittsburgh, I know they dropped one to Cleveland, but if Pittsburgh wins the Super Bowl, that gives them 7. So we need to get there first. Although that really doesn't bother me that much because if we don't win and Josh Allen's not there, I'm going for Pittsburgh anyway. I'm going for Pittsburgh over anybody in the NFC. I'm not rooting. I'm an AFC guy. I'm not rooting for the NFC unless it's the circumstances are extreme, like if the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl. You guys worried about Houston? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure about them. We won't see Houston. Houston would have to go far, and so would we, in order to see them. Because if they win next week, they're the 5th seed. We wouldn't run into them until at least the next round, and that's only if we're 2nd seed. For 1st seed, we won't run into them till the AFC Championship game. I don't think Houston we have to worry about right now. But whatever happens, I don't care. I mean, I do care, but what I mean is, if we did this in 1 year turnaround, and we've got money, and we've got, this team, this core team is together, and this, they played together so well. They know what they're capable of. They're like, hey, we went 14-3. That's assuming they beat the Dolphins next week, which is not a given, by the way. But I think it's extraordinary that we won the division, and it's been Buffalo's, since Tom Brady left. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Very proud of these guys. Very proud of this team. So, yeah, Houston can't be 7th. No. So, we wouldn't run. They're going to be the 5th seed. Oh, wait. They can be the 7th seed. They can be, but it's unlikely. They would have to lose to Indianapolis, and I don't think they're going to lose to Indianapolis. So Houston's looking at number 5, probably. I still can't believe that in a year like this, the Detroit Lions are not in the playoffs. How is that? Like, how do you screw that up? It's just, I don't know. And why is Seattle 13-3? Like, what is that? They're the Denver of the NFC, in my opinion. You talking about one and done? Seattle's going to be one and done. Blind Assassin has no faith in us. You think Chargers might rest? Let's see. I don't know. That's a bad idea. I don't believe in resting if you're hot. You want to keep that going. I don't believe in resting anyway, even if you're hot, you definitely want to keep that going. But if you're slow, if you're not in rhythm, you need to play that out, and you need to get in rhythm. So either way, you just can't play. You can't play scared. You can't play worried about injury, because that's what are you going to do? I remember 2007. We started slowing down towards the end. We should have lost to the Ravens, almost lost to the Eagles, but then we started slowing down, even with our other games. I didn't like how we looked, and that revealed itself when we played Jacksonville, and then we played the Chargers, and you could see. I mean, we let the Giants put how many points up on us in week 17? Something wasn't right, And You need that momentum. You need to keep that going. Thank you, Sierra. James Johnson says, blind assassin doesn't have faith in us because he's blind. That makes sense. You know, Elva Courage, I think we might have another Wes Welker or Julian Edelman. Did you see that kid today? What's his name? It's a weird name. Do we need another Corey Dillon? Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's try to get Henry. And you know, he played for Vrabel. Maybe Vrabel will try to go after him. Make a trade for him or something. I don't know Henry's contract situation. Touchdown, McCaffrey, the best running back in the league. Epton Kism. That's a weird name, man. Yeah, it's a strange name. Epton Kism the second, I think, is to be more precise. It's a strange name. – 49ers keep doing this. I don't think the Bears can hang. Epton, let's call him Schism. Epton Schism. That sounds cool. Epton Schism. Let's go. Let's see. John, so you said you were going to help me with TikTok. So I need a way to contact you other than, other than like on Twitter or something. So could you get an account on Signal? I don't text message through iMessage. I don't email. I don't send messages through Facebook or anything like that. I don't like, I mean, the world, these companies don't need to know everything I say. It's my business, So get an app called Signal if you can. It's free. Just download it, and then send me your phone number, and I can find you, and we'll connect there. And that would be awesome. I really appreciate it. I told Milena about it. She's excited. But that sounds great. I really appreciate you, man. And we'll talk about that and the details of it and stuff and everything. So yeah, let's get that going. Here it comes, the VAS TikTok dance. You bet. I'm going to start doing music videos now. Or whatever they are, where you're singing, the lyrics and stuff. Like do they even still do that anymore? I remember that was a thing. Kids were doing that for a while. Seahawks. What the hell? All right. A lot of comments on X. The only problem is I can't screenshot it right now because then my game would disappear. You know, someone, I'm gonna put this up on the screen. So I found this post on X. There's a lot wrong with this. Okay. First, the Cardinals. We'll start with the Cardinals here. Just a second. Oh, nice run. Dang. So Larry Fitzgerald, I'm fine with that. Falcons, Matt Ryan. No. Deion. So Deion Sanders is the first correction. Ravens. Ray Lewis said that's fine. Okay, does anybody want to play defense tonight? Bruce Smith for the Bills. You could go either way. You could also say O.J. Simpson, but I'm okay with that. The Panthers, Cam Newton. What do you guys think? Cam over Steve Smith? Yeah, you have to go quarterback here with MVP, right? So far, the only exception we have is the Falcons. I think you got to put Deion there. Flag on the play. Going deep. Oh my God, what a throw. What's going on here? He may be gay, but he can throw the ball, man. Dang. Yeah, Julius Peppers was awesome. But again, you've got to go with the position that has more impact. And, that would be a quarterback who won MVP, who got them to the Super Bowl. I think you just have to default to that. If this was a different team where they don't have that one quarterback that done something, then I would say, yeah. So it's more about positional importance, and that's, I think that's how it should work. So, okay, I moved this light over to my left, but it's driving me crazy. All right. Come on. That was a great play. All right. 21. We have a shootout, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So yeah, I think we have to go Cam Newton here, even though I don't want to. Okay. Chicago Bears. I mean, Walter Payton makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so here's one that may surprise you guys and could be a hot take. I'm not sure. Yeah, I was trying to think of any other bear that could maybe compete, but I can't. Like, it's Walter Payton was that dude, you know. Bears have some good players, but I don't think he could be overtaken there. So, Anthony Muniz, okay, for the Bengals. Let's go back to that one, okay, because it may be right. That may be right, and the reason it may be right is because the Bengals don't exactly have a lot of extraordinary players in their history. But I'm wondering, there may be, I have trouble giving it to an offensive lineman. That's all I'm saying. Okay. The Cleveland Browns, Jim Brown, it's too easy. Dallas Cowboys, no. It's not Emmitt Smith. I'm sorry. I don't care about longevity stats. Don't care. Roger Staubach is the Cowboys GOAT. Okay? That's it. It's done. And no other argument there. Sorry, it's not Emmitt Smith. Okay. Wait, Shadir Sanders? The Browns should be Shadir Sanders? Okay. All right. Damn it. All right, well, I messed that one up. I thought it was Jim Brown, but maybe you're right, dude. Maybe you're right. Let's see. Denver Broncos, John Elway. I think that's pretty easy. Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders. Wait a minute. How can it be Barry Sanders? The Lions had Matthew staph infection. Isn't he like one of the greatest of all time all of a sudden? The guy was utter garbage. I mean, he wasn't garbage, but I mean, he was on an utter garbage team and they didn't achieve anything. And now all of a sudden he goes to a team that has a gazillion players on it. And it's not like he was, tearing the league up before. But everyone's saying now, like, this is just like staph infection bandwagon thing going on. But no, it's clearly Barry Sanders. I just wanted a reason to talk junk. All right. Green Bay Packers. You ready for this? I'm going Brett Favre. Not Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre is the greatest Packer of all time. There you go. And here's why. As far as accomplishments, they're not much different. Him and Aaron. Aaron's got one more MVP. So, Brett's got 3. Aaron's got 4. But like I told you guys about greatest of all time arguments, there's a certain threshold of collected stats that you reach. and everything over that is really irrelevant. And 3 MVPs, 4 MVPs, what difference does it make at that point? We need to look at other things. They both have a Super Bowl. What Brett does have is two NFC championships. So Brett took them back to the Super Bowl. Aaron could never do that. So is Brett's second NFC championship ring, is that more valuable than a 4th MVP that amounted to nothing, basically? Just another playoff loss. Again, we're not talking about who technically is the better player or all that junk, okay? We're talking about, it says GOAT, right? So greatest, all right? To me, that means also importance to the franchise. When I was a kid, the Green Bay Packers were dog shit. All right, just complete and utter dog shit. Until Brett Favre. And then Aaron Rodgers was an extension of that thing that was already created. In 2007, Favre was, had that Packers team playing well. Some could argue that they probably should have been in the Super Bowl against us instead of the Giants. Then 2008 came, and Favre left. He ended up on the Jets, but I don't know. I have to give it to Favre here. So, okay. Wait, what is? Yeah, I agree, Papa Pumpkin. The GOAT of a team. Yeah. Importance to the team, how importance to franchise has to be more important than individual ability, and that's. I agree with that. Yeah. So. Yeah, exactly, James. Yeah. Well said. Yeah, I was talking about winning an NFC championship, though. So Favre's got one more than Aaron. Okay, so it's Favre. I think that's done. Houston Texans. J.J. Watt, no-brainer. That's too easy. They've had some good players. They've had Andre Johnson, of course. Arian Foster was okay for a little while, but nothing to the J.J. Watt level. That one's pretty easy. The Colts. So this one could cause a debate amongst a lot of people, especially if we're talking Johnny Unitas versus Peyton Manning. I would not kill you for saying Johnny Unitas, but I'm going Peyton Manning here. The Colts were a similar situation as the Packers. The Colts were crap. And walks Peyton Manning, and the franchise is transformed within just a few short years. And they're one of the dominant teams now in the NFL because of Peyton at the time. So I'd say that what gives Peyton the edge is that Johnny Unitas was a part of a Colts team that was just massively dominant at a time where the league was there was no parity in the league. It was very lopsided between AFL and NFL. I'm not trying to take anything away from Johnny. I'm just saying that, again, when you're talking about these two guys that are just crazy high up here, we've got to find little blemishes, you know? Oh, that was a pick. That was a nice pick, by the way. There's a flag, though. But yeah, Peyton brought the Colts into relevancy. So I think you got it. You got to go Peyton. But again, I have seen people argue Johnny, but it's got to be Peyton. So. All right. Jaguars, Fred Taylor. That's too easy. They're of course they're a situation where they haven't been around very long. They're like the Panthers and Texans, and it's just they've had some good players. Mark Brunell was a good player for them. They had some good wide receivers. But yeah, Fred Taylor, I think that's pretty easy. The Kansas City Chiefs. No, the Chiefs. So yeah, I think you got to give it to Patrick here. Raiders, Marcus Allen. Yes, I like that one. Chargers, LaDainian Tomlinson. Okay. Well, let's think about the Chargers here. What's up, Katie? Wait, Israel, did you just say Lynn Dawson? Hey, listen, I love Lynn Dawson. I love that photo of him smoking a cigarette. But there's nobody on the Chiefs that has the same. I mean, Patrick, 3 rings. 3 MVPs, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 regular season MVPs. I don't think you can argue with that. Although I would love to. Okay, Chargers. Let's get back to. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, let's get back to the Chargers. Touchdown, San Francisco. Just a shootout. Nobody wants to play defense tonight. I'm going to assume they make the extra point, but now that I put 28, watch them miss it. Hey, he made it. Now I don't have to change it. Woo! Brock Purdy. So Kittle's out. It's swear. Uh-oh. Dungeon. I need to make a call to the dungeon. Watch this. She's not answering, guys.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Oh, come on.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
She must be busy in the dungeon. Answer your phone.
Yeah.
Hey,
Are you calling in?
how's the dungeon?
I'm in a basement.
How is it?
It's good.
Is it are you comfortable? Is it cold? Do you need a heater?
Yeah. It's cold.
Okay. Well, I sent Ramses down there with the key. And could you grab me a new Coke, please?
Yeah. You were doing call a friend and ask an actual question.
No, that's later. Well, actually, I know I do have a question.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out who the GOAT of the Chargers is. LaDainian Tomlinson or Dan Fouts or Kellen Winslow. So LaDainian Tomlinson's a running back. Dan Fouts is a MVP winning quarterback. And Kellen Winslow is a tight end. Now they're all considered one of the greatest at their position. But who do you pick? Hello?
I'm thinking. I'm gonna get back to you on that.
Oh, you're going to get back to me on that. Okay. All right. Bye. She's going to get back to us on that, guys. All right. So I should have a Coke coming from the dungeon pretty soon. Oh, she's calling back. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, I thought you were calling again.
No, you called me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I already sent Ramses down with the key. Bye. Okay. So we're going to go back to the Chargers because we're going to wait on Milena's verdict. The Rams. It is not Aaron Donald. Mm-mm. That's stupid. It's not Aaron Donald, the most overrated player in NFL history. It's not Aaron Donald. It's not Aaron Donald. Oh, we got a super chat. Alpha Courage has something to say. He says, Steve Largent for the Seahawks and Marshall Faulk for the Rams. So, wait, we'll put it up there. So we've got, so they got Aaron Donald, but we have, I don't know, let's see, Night Train Lane, Deacon Jones, Marshall Faulk, and of course Kurt Warner. You ready for this? Kurt Warner. I'm going Kurt Warner. Super Bowl MVP, two-time league MVP. The Rams' irrelevancy until Kurt Warner arrived. When Kurt left, they kind of quickly fell back. They were like okay for like a year or two, but then they fell back into nothing. No defensive player can overtake that impact, with the exception of like Lawrence Taylor, basically. But and as good as Marshall Faulk was, how can you say that is greater than your two-time MVP quarterback who's also Super Bowl MVP. The leader of one of the greatest offenses we've ever seen. The guy who orchestrated it, you know. We're going Kurt here for the Rams. All right. Dolphins. Dan Marino? No. It's not Dan. No. It's Mercury Morris. Okay? It's Mercury Morris. That's it. Don't argue with me. I think Mercury Morris is one of the greatest players that's ever lived because that's what he told us. Oh, you made it out of the dungeon.
Yeah.
Do you have a verdict for us?
Was Tomlinson one of the picks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
You're going LaDainian Tomlinson, the running back. Okay, you heard it straight from the basement. Milena's going LaDainian Tomlinson. Okay, fair enough. Okay. No, seriously. Dan Marino, Dolphins. That's obviously that's one of the easiest ones on here. Vikings. Vikings is, funnily enough, is not Randy Moss. So again, we're talking about impact on the team, impact to the franchise. Randy Moss's appearance on the Vikings never translated to anything greater than a NFC Championship choke job in 1998 to the crappy Atlanta Falcons, and we all had to endure one of the worst Super Bowls ever, Broncos versus Falcons. So Falcons had no business being there. Nobody wanted to see that, although I did win a PlayStation that year. My work had a Super Bowl squares thing, and I got it right. I got them all right, and got a PlayStation. But other than that, that Super Bowl sucked. Okay. So Randy Moss is not. That is going to go to Fran Tarkenton. 4 Super Bowl appearances. That's 4 NFC Championship victories. Like I said, Randy Moss had that one crazy year, his rookie year in 98. But then as the years went by, he put up numbers. But did it translate to anything? And then he ultimately became an issue. A disgruntled player would take plays off and things like that. You look at it this way. If Randy Moss is never drafted to the Vikings are still the same. Except they just don't have Randy Moss catching touchdowns. They're still losing. They already lost with him, so obviously they're going to lose without him. What difference does it make? You take Fran Tarkenton off of the Vikings in the 70s, and they don't even sniff the Super Bowl, and they're not relevant at all. I mean, they had the purple people eaters on defense too, but still. Fran, again, quarterback versus the impact of a wide receiver. Despite Randy Moss being the best player in Vikings history, this is about effect on the franchise and importance of the franchise. We have another super chat. So I'm going Fran Tarkenton for the Vikings. And no, it has nothing to do with the fact that I have an autographed football from him. I just wanted to take that opportunity to tell you guys again that I have it. You know, it's like a brag. Alpha Courage sends a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Elf. Gonna help pay for my keyboard. Alpha Courage says Jets GOAT is Mark Sanchez because of the butt fumble. Obviously. I mean, is that not the greatest play in NFL history? Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Elf. I really appreciate you, buddy. You're in a trolling mood tonight. I like it. Okay. The New England Patriots. I think the greatest Patriot is Lawrence Maroney. He was the secret behind the 2007. Okay? It was him. Okay? It's Lawrence Maroney. Okay. So clearly the greatest player that's ever breathed air on this earth is going to be the best player of the Patriots. But let's have a little fun here. We know it's Brady. But let's take Brady away. Who's next? Who would you pick as the greatest Patriot not named Tom Brady? Who you got? Tell me, who you got? Who? Drake May. Yeah, I still don't understand that nickname. Israel says the best Patriot is Dante Stallworth because of his ability to crash. Ouch. Hey, didn't he do that as a Cleveland Brown though? So we can't be blamed for that one. I know we get blamed for the Aaron Hernandez murder, but we can't be blamed for that one. Phil Williamson says Gronkowski. Alpha Courage says Troy Brown. Blind Assassin is going Matthew Slater. Tapasio, what's up, man? He's going Kevin Falk. Interesting. Mr. Third Down. Mr. Move the Chains. Nova Courage says Hernandez because he killed it. Too soon? Nah. The Patriots themselves are making jokes now, so I guess we can. So we'll do that. Phil Williamson says it would be Hernandez if he had hung around. Wow. Okay. Despite your very insensitive comment, I'm offended. Okay. I'm gonna tell on you to the woke police. But if he didn't decide to be a complete dumb shit and murder people, he would be considered in this conversation. That's what's crazy about it. Okay. Yeah, well, Phil, you ain't helping, buddy. John Thomas Chavez says Wes Welker because of his clutch catching ability. What is up with you guys tonight? What the hell? You guys are just no mercy for the Patriots players, man. Damn. I'll never forgive Wes Welker for that drop. Hernandez's initials were also his last words. Ah! Wow. Just wow. You guys are mean. Rodney Harrison for his one-on-one coverage of David Tyree. Damn, John. Damn. Asante Samuel for his staying in bounds ability. All right. The Saints. Drew Brees. Is there anyone else? I'll tell you what. If Drew Brees is never on the Saints, this would be pretty damn hard. All right. The Pats' GOAT was Matt Patricia for his offensive coordination. Why don't we just go with Gerard Mayo for his head coaching ability? Giants, Lawrence Taylor. Has there ever been an easier pick than that one? Guys, it is extremely rare for a defensive player for his ability to translate into Super Bowls. That just almost never happens. Okay? Normally, if you do have a great, all-time great defensive player, if they're appearing in Super Bowls, it's because they also have a great quarterback, or some great offensive, all-time great offensive guys. So it's very rare that when you are the best player on the team as a defensive player and you win. That's extremely rare. That's why we have Ray Lewis on the Baltimore Ravens. That's why Lawrence Taylor would overshadow anybody else. That not one, but two. And you can't say it was the quarterback because they won with Phil Simms and Jeff Hostetler. But Eli Manning. Yeah. No thanks. He doesn't even deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. All right. New York Jets. New York Jets is interesting. So a Jets fan kind of took small exception to what I said. Not in a mean way or anything. Just was more of a curiosity. Because we thought maybe, Darrelle Revis is their best player. Curtis Martin, okay, best player. There's your argument there. But now we're back to impact. And that's Joe Namath. So I think we don't even have to, I think that settles it, right? Devin McCourty for breaking up a pass from half a field away in the Super Bowl. That was Jason McCourty, wasn't it? That you're talking about? Philadelphia Eagles. Reggie White. Not Big Dick Nick. You know, I don't like Myles Garrett. I just don't like him. I'm just going to say that. I don't like him. Okay. Eagles. It's not Donovan McNabb? Mr. Throwing up in the huddle in the Super Bowl? How pathetic. How pathetic. You don't do that right when you're trying to go on a drive. What a loser. Okay, we'll go with Reggie White. I'm not going to make a big deal out of this one. All right, Steelers, Mean Joe Green, whatever. As far as the Steelers go, don't care. Because there's just so many. I don't care. I mean, in a way, Mean Joe Green is like the representative of the defense, right? So it's not just him. He's like a representation of the defense. I mean, you got, of course, you got Terry Bradshaw. You've got Ben Roethlisberger. These are famous Steelers. Hines Ward and Jerome Bettis, even though he started with the Rams. There's been a lot of great Steelers players. Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. But it's got to be somebody from that dynasty. So Mean Joe Green, okay, fine. Now, here's the big one. This is the worst one. This is the most egregious one. Jerry Rice for the 49ers. On what planet do you put a wide receiver over Joe Montana? On what planet do you put a wide receiver over a guy who was the undisputed GOAT up until Tom Brady? Explain that to me. Like, what was the thinking process here? Joe won 2 Super Bowls before Jerry Rice ever arrived. Jerry spent most of his career having Joe Montana and Steve Young throwing to him. So, 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. It's clearly Joe Montana. Clearly. It's not even, what is this? I don't understand this, but I do see this sometimes, and it's just baffling to me. Seattle. It's not Russell Wilson. Seattle is a weird one. The problem with Russell is that there's no definitive evidence that he was the key to the Super Bowl victories. I'm not saying he wasn't a part of them, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve credit for them, in his own right. But again, this is one of those situations where we have to, really like, I don't know. No, Steve Largent is their best player. But again, did that translate to anything? It's now if we have Russell Wilson, win an MVP and or even Super Bowl MVP, then I would go ahead and probably do that. But I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here. What do you guys think? Why is the drummer of Journey singing? Is that Neil Schon? Wow, these guys got old. All right. Richard Sherman. Yeah, somebody representative from one of the best defenses ever. This would be a Steelers kind of thing where you pick one guy on defense that represents the whole. Interesting approach. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Uh-oh. So what's going on here, guys? What do we do here? You guys okay with Derek Brooks? You happy with Derek Brooks? No, we're going to go back to it. I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on the Seahawks. So, the Derek Brooks. I mean, his work translated to a Super Bowl, and that Buccaneers team was all defense. Okay, it was like very similar to the Ravens in 2000, where it was defense, and then the offense just tried to minimize mistakes. And Derek was the leader of that defense. So a situation like that, there's a lot to be said for what Tom did. But Tom was there such a short period of time. Again, if Derek hadn't got them a Super Bowl, if he wasn't the leader of the team that got them the Super Bowl, then actually would be trying to make a case for Brady. But Derek's got the same thing. So I think we stay there. I think we go ahead and stay with Derek Brooks there in that case. Okay. Because he was a tenured player for the Buccaneers. Remember, this is about the team, the franchise itself. Tennessee Titans. Stupid name. Stupid everything. As far as I'm concerned, they're a franchise team. They are expansion team. They are truly supposed to be the Houston Oilers. Why would you not keep that name? There are oil rigs in Tennessee. Why would you change such a legendary name and logo? I mean, who does that? Who would change their logo and team name of such a legendary and important thing. That's right. Washington. Idiots. It's the Houston Oilers. Okay. And the Tennessee Titans. They're separate. Because I'm still bitter. I'm still angry. Okay. I would be a massive Houston Oilers fan right now if they were still the Houston Oilers, if they were still the Tennessee Oilers, if they had just moved. Because that's where I'm from. Like Arkansas, they moved because they played in Memphis too. So that would be my natural, like I'd be a big Oilers fan. They took that from me. I'm still angry about it. So for the Houston Oilers, we're going to go Warren Moon. But for the Tennessee Titans, stupid. We're going to go Steve McNair. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to go Warren Moon over Earl Campbell. Again, both great, both Hall of Famers. They're essentially a tie in every way. So we need to go quarterback here. So. All right. Washington Redskins. I don't know who the Commanders are. Never heard of them. Don't know what that is. Don't know, don't care. But the Washington Redskins, I think I'm okay with Darryl Green here. The Redskins are a weird team where they have no definitive player that was or they don't have a definitive quarterback that was the man. Okay, so you had Joe Theismann, you had Doug Williams, who won a Super Bowl, and then Mark Rippon. You had other random quarterbacks too. Jay Schrader, and he didn't win anything, but I mean, you had these other guys. Redskins were kind of just this weird team that was just made up of a bunch of solid role players, like really good guys. Nobody was a standout. Nobody was like the elite, except for Darryl. But most of them, they were just a good core and had a great coach in Joe Gibbs. So the Redskins are a very strange team in this respect. Although they did have a kicker who was league MVP, Mark Mosley. Just telling you, maybe should we put Mark Mosley? Huh? No, I'm kidding. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give that to Darryl Green because there is no quarterback. Now, if Joe Theismann was the Super Bowl quarterback for those three Redskins, or even two, then we could push for Joe there. So, but the fact that the Redskins just kept rolling and it didn't matter, I don't know. Nah, we'll go with Darryl Green. I like that. You like that? I like that. You like that? I like that. Okay, we'll give it to Kirk Cousins. How about that? We'll just shut everybody up. Okay, so we're going back first to the Chargers. Basement Dweller says LaDainian Tomlinson. I'm going to go ahead and go with LaDainian Tomlinson too. I'm going to stick to that. Okay. So we need to go back to the Seahawks. Seahawks. I'm going to go ahead and stick to Steve Largent because I cannot pin down anybody singularly that was better There's no guy that we can just lean on and say this is why they won. You also have guys like Sean Alexander that people forget about. You have Cortez Kennedy. You have Matt Hasselbeck. They're just a lot of decent, good guys, good players. I mean, Sean Alexander won an MVP. I don't think Russell Wilson's a bad pick. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on anyone, actually. Steve Largent is their best player. But what impact did he have on the Seahawks? Did he make them? I think I'm talking myself into Russell here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Screw it. Cam Chancellor. All right. So Ace puts Sean Alexander as second. Okay. Alexander was phenomenal for this short period of time. I'm going to go ahead and stick with Largent, make it simple here. Okay. Now, that puts us back at the Bengals. Okay, so hear me out. When I was a kid, Bears touchdown. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants to play defense in this game. 28. Well, they better make that extra point. Okay. When I was a kid, there was very few athletes as popular as Boomer Esiason. So that would lend itself to fame and attention for the franchise. He was also an MVP. Ken Anderson was also an MVP. But Boomer was famous. Okay? Boomer was the Bengals. Anthony Muniz was an offensive lineman. We're talking about a position that we can't even give too many factors on why or what, like it's a very important job, and that's why they're paid well. But can you say that Anthony Muniz made the Bengals franchise? Can you say that he is more responsible for putting them on the map and people knowing who they are? How many football fans right now would not even know who that is? So we're talking about impact here. Again, Boomer's fame level was ridiculous. Okay? He was the guy. Super Bowl or MVP, regular season MVP, Super Bowl appearance. He's got an AFC Championship ring. I just can't give it to an offensive lineman. I just can't. It just, I don't care how good he is. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. No. Boomer Esiason. So I'm going Boomer. Oh yeah, Israel. Yes. Fame level. Yes. Boomer was as well known back then as any of the other quarterbacks. So. He was the Bengals. When you thought of the Bengals, you thought of Boomer Esiason. And that connection was extraordinary back then. Of course, it doesn't hold up over time because he didn't win anything. I mean, he didn't win Super Bowls and stuff. Had he won Super Bowls, then that would hold up. But there were years where he was the best player, and one of the best quarterbacks. So, it's. What is with these defenses tonight? Icky Woods. The Bengals is Chris Collinsworth. Oh my God. Yeah. If this was a GOAT list of perverts. How about this? Who is each team's most overrated player? How about that? Because you remember, overrated doesn't mean you think they suck. It just means that you think that they're the way they're talked about and the way they're praised is higher than their actual value and relevance. Because I run into this all the time. When you say someone is overrated, someone takes exception to it. Oh, really? You think they suck, huh? No, I don't. I'm saying that the glazing for them is so over the top and so extraordinary that their career and who they are, what they've achieved, doesn't hold up to the glazing levels. That's what that means. So it's not as much about the player. It's not about the player. It's about the people, how the people treat them. And that's usually done by some kind of, that's the way how the media portrays a person can do that. A lot of players during my life were popular when they really didn't deserve the kind of attention they were getting. So this happens quite a bit. I think, Israel, I think you know what my Rams pick is going to be. Okay. So for the Cardinals, it's Larry Fitzgerald. So, yes, he's the best player in their history. But she makes more catches. Wah! I catch the ball, I never drop it. Don't I look like my dad? See? I look like my dad. She's got my eyes. Okay. Most overrated in Cardinals history, Larry Fitzgerald. Falcons. Kyler Murray, do you think football baby? I think everyone pretty much knows he sucks. All right. Okay. Just real quick, just want to clear it up. With Larry, he's great. But I think people's reverence for him is a little over the top. Okay. Falcons. I think that one is a little difficult. Not sure. We'll go back to that one. Let's see. Ravens. I don't know. Everybody that people praise on the Ravens is pretty much correct, I'd say. Buffalo Bills. I would say Jim Kelly. I think people's respect and the way they talk about Jim Kelly is a little greater than what he really was. I think when you're the leader of a team, you take a lot of you get a lot of the credit, but you have to take some of the blame, a lot of the blame. And a quarterback holds the ball more than anybody. A quarterback has more control over the game than any other player, and it's not even close. So, Carolina Panthers. Again, Cam Newton. A lot of these can be similar. Cam was good for a very short time, and the rest of the time he was mediocre incarnate. Chicago Bears. Probably Jim McMahon. And I know that's going to sound like because I'm as a kid, but Jim McMahon was famous for his image. more than his ability as a quarterback. Not saying he was serviceable quarterback, but he wasn't. What is Brock doing? Okay, it worked. Why is he dancing like a queer? What is he doing? That was really gay looking. We got 2 gay quarterbacks tonight. Good play, though. Anybody checked in on Chris Collinsworth? I wonder if his depression set in. Okay. Sorry, where were we? Oh, Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears. So yeah, Jim McMahon. I'd say Jim McMahon. That's the right one. All right choice. Bengals. Of course, I'm going to go. Well. I guess. Damn. I guess I'll just stick with Munoz. The glazing he gets, I don't know. Cleveland Browns. Well, if we go, so for the Browns, if we go based off of when they were popular, not after the fact, then it's Johnny Manziel probably. Someone wrote Bernie Kosar, and that's not bad actually. That's actually a pretty good pick. I think. Let's see, Elf picked. Yeah, Bernie Kosar. So. Dallas Cowboys. Probably Emmett, I think. The Broncos, John Elway. You know, John didn't even win his Super Bowl till the end, which is admirable and all. But my entire life, he has been treated greater than what he really was, I think. I just a tad bit. Just a little higher than actually what the truth was. Detroit Lions, Matthew Stafford. Easily. Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Easily. Houston Texans. No, I don't think there's an answer there. No, nobody really overrates anybody on the Houston Texans. The Colts, I'd say Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison is as talked about as some insanely freak of nature wide receiver, and it's just, I mean, he's good at having murders at car washes. So I guess he's rated pretty well on that. Jaguars. I mean, again, nobody really. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. He's one of the most overrated people of all time because, again, the way he's treated is so far above what is the truth. When you're saying he's going to be the GOAT, and when you're saying he's greater than Montana, that's you're overrating the dude, man. Come on. Mark Brunell, okay. I guess. Yeah, that would work. The Raiders. Nah. Can't think of anybody right now. Chargers. I'd say Dan Fouts probably. Rams, Aaron Donald, easily. There's nobody more overrated than Aaron Donald. The Dolphins. Okay, you guys are going to freak out about this one. But the most overrated person in Dolphins history is Dan Marino. Minnesota Vikings. Don't know about that. Patriots. Ooh, that's hard. Where the hell did everyone go? Do you guys not like this little thing we're doing or something? I mean, there's only so much I can talk about this stupid game. Nobody wants to stop anybody. I mean, there was one pick, right? But that was called back. Can we pick a coach? I'm going Bill Belichick. For the Patriots, it's probably Matthew Slater. People talk about him like, I mean, you would think he's one of those elite players in history. He was a special teamer. I mean, again, I'm not minimizing what he did. He was good at what he did. But he's talked about as if he's some, crazy elite Hall of Fame guy or something. So I'd say that's where the overrated comes from. Lawrence Maroney was not overrated. Lawrence Maroney is the GOAT. The GOAT. Don't you dare talk about Lawrence Maroney. The Saints? Oh, that's got to be Archie Manning. Just because of the name. Because, it's got to be Archie Manning. The Giants, that's got to be Eli Manning. So we have another Manning here. So that's interesting. 2 Mannings back to back. The Jets, also Joe Namath. The Eagles, I'd say Eagles most overrated. Probably Donovan McNabb. Steelers, Jerome Bettis. '49ers, Jerry Rice. Is it Jerry Rice? Is it Jerry Rice? Is it Jerry Rice? Are you guys gonna kill me if I say Jerry Rice? Come on. Okay. Most overrated 49er. Most overrated 49er is Steve DeBerg. No, kidding. Jeff Garcia. Yes. Let's go. I love me some Jeff Garcia. Speaking of Jeff Garcia, so I'd say the most overrated 49er is Jerry Rice. Okay? Now, again, it's not that he sucks. I don't think that he sucks. It's like the Marvin Harrison thing. I think he was great. But there are some buts in there. Okay. Seattle Seahawks. Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman is the most overrated player. They thought he was a great player, but he was given too much solo credit for what the Legion of Boom was doing as a unit. I know I'm treading dangerous ground. I know I'm probably going to hear some, if John Thomas Chavez clips this and then puts it on TikTok and X, then I'm going to get that might go viral actually. So Tampa Bay Buccaneers most overrated player is Warren Sapp. Tennessee Titans most overrated player is Vince Young. Another touchdown. Imagine being an NFL player and your last name is Swift. You know, if he married Travis Kelce, he'd have the same name. Okay. Nobody wants to stop anybody. No, I don't want to replace the asset. What are you doing? Okay. So, Washington Redskins most overrated player. Joe Theismann. His legend is bigger. Albert Hainsworth is a good pick. That's a solid pick, Elf. That's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm getting tired. Yeah, Caleb's playing well. Nobody wants this game, do they? Okay, I didn't go at halftime, guys, so I'm going to take a break real quick. I'll be back in like a minute, 2 minutes. So please don't go anywhere. We have too few people already as it is. And please click the like button if you haven't. I really appreciate that. God dang, guys, what are y'all doing? You're killing me here. All right. 3 people? Really? What am I doing? So, come on. Stop it. All right. What is going on? That's impossible. 16,000 subscribers and I've got 3 viewers? How's that possible? You tell me. No, something's not right. That doesn't make sense. That's just impossible. That is impossible. Yeah, it's weird because 16,000 subscribers. That's impossible. And they're not fake subscribers, okay? They're real people. I don't do what other channels do. I don't buy fake subscribers and from services, and all my subscribers are like from India or something, or Bangladesh or some shit. My subscribers are here because they want to be here. Those are real people. So you tell me the only way that, and we used to average 30 a night. You guys remember? And the only way that's possible is if YouTube is not notifying people of the show. That's it. That's really, if it was just notifying my subscribers like they're supposed to, then it would. So yeah, a while ago it said 3 were watching. It's like, really? 3? Are you kidding me? No. How do I have 16 likes then? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. John, I'm going to need your help, buddy. We're going to have to do something about this because our community is too good. We are too awesome to not have more impact on the football scene here, you know? We're just, it also really kills your motivation, I'll tell you. I just hope things pick up for the playoffs, you know? No, John's gone. Do I have a TikTok account? Let me see. Bon Sports has got one. Maybe I signed up back then. I have no idea. I'll have to check that later, I guess. YouTube Shorts was part of the reason why I got banned or got demonetized. It first started with that guy that got injured, Hamlin, Damar Hamlin, and then it went from there. So they had a tennis match, Battle of the Sexes. Nick Kyrgios played this chick and he destroyed her, and they even gave him a smaller court, and his his side of the was slower, so his power wouldn't overpower her. Like they gave her every concession they could think of, and he still destroyed her. It's so dumb. You thought it was the documentary on Brady Montana? No, that is what got kept my channel from getting reach. So all of a sudden, my reach just got killed after I did that, and but the monetization was taken from me because of something different incident. So. It was when DeMar Hamlin got injured, and I uploaded some clip about the situation, and Buffalo Bills flagged it as a copyright, and YouTube started paying me for it, and I wasn't trying to get paid for it. I didn't want it. I just thought I was reporting the news like everyone else was doing. And then they audited my account, and they looked at that, and they said that, and then some short I uploaded was a violation. Not even a warning to take it down. They just did it, which is weird because normally they would just tell you, But and no matter what I do, I keep trying to get it back. I'm probably going to have to delete a few more things. I think so. I that's the thing. I don't even know what I'm supposed to delete and what I'm not supposed to delete. So I'm just assuming that might be one of the problems. So the documentary. So maybe if I edit it, where I don't use some NFL, I don't know, but they didn't even focus on that one. They didn't even say that one was the problem, but it's weird. Damn. Caleb's throwing tonight, man. You also have to consider that I'm on the right, and things I say or certain things I say might get flagged, and they punish people on the right. If you're not on their side, basically. So nobody wants to stop anyone in this game. It's interesting. Absolutely, Phil. I put a lot into it. People have no idea how many hours goes into every little thing, just like creating the thumbnails, creating the artwork, the videos. It's a lot, and you don't even getting paid for it. It's like, how do you continue doing that? How do you justify it if you get demonetized? They don't care. They don't give a shit. Somebody going to play defense tonight? Another flag. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Why didn't Buffalo kick an extra point today? Again, that benefited us, but I'm just saying it's just a general thing. Like, why are teams doing this? I don't get it. Well, guys, guess what? I have a chess tournament on January 10th. That's right. And so does Milena. I'm going to let her out of the basement. But just for that day. Third and goal. Third and goal. Third and goal. That was an interesting pass. Yeah, he won the World Rapid Championship. Magnus Carlsen did. A day after shoving a photographer. Okay, that should have been picked. Just wasn't there in time. My take on Magnus shoving that camera guy? I think that people with cameras, like press or anyone like that, I think that they are entitled and they feel that they can violate your space just because you're famous. They think that they can just do what they want to because they have a camera in their hands. And someone just lost a very important game. And you're already pissed off at yourself and you're already angry. And you can see that that person is angry. And you decide to stick a camera in their face. Like right in their face. I would have punched him. You know? He's lucky he just got shoved. Okay? I am a very, very weird person about my personal space. If someone like starts getting in my face talking to me, I'm going to like back up like, dude, just calm down. Just, there's like a protective bubble around me. All right? It's weird, right? That's already weird. But having a camera like right in your face when you're agitated, even when you're not agitated, it's annoying. But when you're angry, the last thing you want is someone with a camera in your face. You know, oh, let me see your reaction. He could have got the same photo, just backed off a little bit. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to go in like that. Completely unnecessary. He was trying to instigate something, and he got what he wanted. He got Magnus's reaction. That's what they do. That's what photographers do. That's what journalists do, or reporters, if you want, whatever you want to call them. They do that. They instigate, hoping to get a reaction. Just because someone is famous doesn't give you the right to shove things in their face, to get in their way, to impede their progress, to cuss at them, to yell things about their family and stuff. It's like these fans at these sports games. They're yelling at football players, you know, saying things about their mom and all kinds of stuff. It's like, just because they're wearing a uniform doesn't mean you get to talk to them like that. You do that out in the real world, and there's going to be a fight. I mean, you just don't do that. I've never been at the Grove walking around and then people just walk by me and start cussing me out and start saying all this crazy stuff. Like, this doesn't happen. And there's a reason why. But if I was wearing a uniform and on a field or a basketball court or somewhere, then all of a sudden it's okay. You can just start cussing me out and saying all this crazy stuff. I don't think so, buddy. No. Now that's my opinion of the fans, perspective, or as far as their position. As for players, if someone's shouting at you from a distance, don't approach the fan. Don't do that, because then you're going to get in trouble. It's not worth it. Then the fan wins if you do that. Like DK Metcalf, that was stupid. All Metcalf had to do was tell the stadium, and that guy's out. Okay? That's all he had to do. But if someone is in your face physically, you have a right to shove them off. It's not like Magnus approached the cameraman, went up on him, and then did that. The guy was like following him and like sticking it in his face, and that's a much different thing. What do you know? Christian McCaffrey has an injury. Every game, these 49ers are injured. Every game. It's pathetic. Something's wrong there. Yeah, people need to understand, Israel, that Magnus Carlsen, when he never loses. So when he does, or rarely loses, when he loses, it's news. It's like a big deal. So he knows if he loses, it's already going to be a big deal. And everyone's going to be like, oh, ha, ha, blah, 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 blah. There's already going to be a lot of crap with it. And he didn't lose to like Hikaru or somebody, that's up there. He lost to like a no-name, and that hurts. Again, completely different situation. If he was acting like that and the cameraman didn't do anything wrong, then I would say that's on him. Just don't get in people's faces, dude. Don't do that. Oh, I've lost my temper losing chess games before, and that wasn't even for money or anything. That wasn't even anything on the line. That's just me being mad at myself for doing something stupid. So you're dealing with somebody who is in a very volatile situation at the time, and a very volatile frame of mind. The Steelers could have used Metcalf today, I bet. So show me a sore loser and I'll show you a loser. Show me a good winner, a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. Losing sucks. I want to win at all cost. So does Tom. So does Magnus. So does Kobe. Losing sucks. Losing hurts. Losing hurts as much as winning is fun. And then there's a point where winning almost becomes a relief. And then it's that's when you really know your GOAT status. Is when your wins are no longer celebrated. You're just relieved that you won. That's when you know you've reached the top and nobody can touch you. John Thomas Chavez says, when I was a kid, I had to stop playing board games, checkers, etc. because I got too competitive. Are you as bad as Milena? One time she took a Monopoly piece and shoved it in my ear. Another time she took the entire chessboard because I go, it's about to be checkmate. And I said, what are you going to do about it? She goes, I've got to move. She flipped the whole board over. Well, she flipped the whole board over. I can't checkmate her. So technically she's right, right? Another time we were playing Trivial Pursuit. She missed a question. And we were on teams. And she took me and another guy and clunked our heads together. That didn't go well. Another time we were playing Pictionary, you know, that game where you draw stuff. And me and her were teamed up. And she was just drawing this crap. I couldn't read it. I couldn't tell what it was. It was just nonsense. And then we lost the game that night, ultimately. And I said, you can't draw anything. I can't identify anything you're drawing. It's just a bunch of shit. It's just a bunch of garbage. Yeah. Touchdown. That night, she took a Sharpie and drew a penis on my face. I woke up the next morning and look in the mirror and she goes, can you identify what that is? Do you understand what the drawing is? Do you get it? That's competitive. Like I told you guys, we were watching football, and I said, I don't think we can stop them. In Patriots, I said, I don't think we can stop them from getting in the end zone. She said, we can if we kill them. What? What do you mean? That's to the opposition. It's true. If you kill them, you can stop them from getting in the end zone. That is a fact. That's just like flipping the chessboard over. All right. So down to 2 minutes. Wait, is that 2 minute? Is that the 2 minute warning? I've got to play our 2 minute warning song then. Let's see. Where is it? Yep. Yeah. Now you guys know why I keep her locked in the basement. You know, another thing I don't like is with athletes is everybody being friendly. Why is everybody friends? Like, why are you hanging out with people that you're trying to destroy? Why are you like hugging and kissing after games? Even before games, that's even worse. I mean, after games, at least the game's over, but I don't like that either. But unless it's like the last game of the season, I guess. But before games, they're all dabbing each other up and stuff. It's like, what are you doing? I want my favorite players. I want my teams. I want them to destroy the other guys. I want them to actually have hatred for them, to want to absolutely dominate them. For me, this is like ancient Rome, dude. Okay, this is serious. That's how Magnus Carlsen sees all the other chess players. That's how Jordan saw everyone else. That's how Brady saw everyone else. Okay? Trying to be all friendly. Oh, you want to trade jerseys? Oh, you want to kiss my feet? Blah blah blah. Look at my new hairstyle. Look at the new clothes and the new outfit I put on. Give me a call. Friend me on Instagram. What is this? That's not a killer instinct. I remember, Bulls versus Pistons. Those guys hated each other. Okay? Celtics, Lakers back then. They hated each other. These guys, there was hatred. Utter hatred. I mean, it was personal. What happened to that? Now the NBA is just everybody's buddies. Everybody teams up together. What did Kevin Durant, didn't he join like a team that won 80 games or some crap? Something like that, 78 games, 70, whatever it was. And he goes and joins them. What are you doing? It's like LeBron's like, Miami Heat, let's go form a super team over there. No, dude, you're supposed to want to destroy Dwayne Wade. You're supposed to want to destroy Chris Bosh, not join them. You were the chosen one. You weren't supposed to join them side. It's like, what are you doing? Hell, Kobe was so crazy that he didn't even get along with his own teammates. He actually had a battle with Shaq on the same team. Jordan got in a fist fight with one of his teammates. That's that's probably the wrong direction to send the anger. But the point is these guys are serious about winning, man. Whatever it took. Whatever it took. Oh, yeah. Score update. Thank you. Okay. James Johnson on it. 42. The key to the universe. Yeah? 42. Israel says, you know what's interesting, Aaron? Phil Simms said that Bill Parcells told him that he should not have been friends with his offensive lineman. Yeah. Okay, well, that's true because here's the thing. It's also like a coach, player, or teacher, student dynamic, Even a parent, children thing. As a parent, you should never be friends with your children. Now, once they're adults, of course, but as children, as adolescents, you are not friends with them. Okay? So it's bad for discipline. It's bad for respect. It's bad for focus. And that goes with anything. Why? Israel says, why? Because the sentimentality removes the fear aspect that helped them protect their quarterback. Yeah. Oh, Bears got 38. Thank you. So we have a 4-point game. First and 10. Still on their own side of the field though. Bears. Oh, pass deflected. Second down. Second and 10. 1:51 left. Bears still have all 3 timeouts. So do the 49ers, though. Yeah, Bill Parcells, man, he was hardcore. I'll tell you something after this play. Something about Bill Parcells. Went underneath. That was probably a good choice. Nobody else was open. So when people think of Bill Belichick, they think, you know, the ultimate disciplinarian, right? But in life, there is always somebody, even the biggest bully or the guy you think is the toughest, there's somebody above them, or there's somebody that can get them to react or get them to do something. The way we think of Bill Belichick, right? But one time, him and Bill Parcells, this is a few years back, they're in a documentary, and they were looking at the Giants trophies at Giants Stadium before it was torn down. And Bill Parcells started chastising Belichick for losing that 2007 Super Bowl to the Giants. And he pointed at him and he said, "That one should have been yours. I can't believe you let them beat you." And Belichick just took it, dude. He just took it. Like he was still Parcells' subordinate. The dude had all those Super Bowls and just took it. There's always somebody. There's always that one person that can get you to, treat you like that. Caleb gets the first down. And in a funny way, it's just like, well, for me, for example, anybody who knows me close enough knows that women cannot get me to do something I don't want to do. And I don't mean that in a mean way or stubborn way. I just mean I'm my own person, right? And just a second. First and 10. So me and Milena, we're visiting my mom in Arkansas, and I keep talking, and I go on these long rants, and dinner's ready, and everyone's eating, but I'm not eating my food. And Milena tells me like 3 times to eat my food, and I just keep talking. And I don't remember blatantly ignoring her. I wasn't trying to do that. It's just I just was in the zone talking about something. Second and 10. Ooh, incomplete. Third down. But then my mom, who never does this, but she told me to sit down and eat my food. Aaron, eat your food. Just like on autopilot, I sit down and eat my food. Milena's like, what is this? What the hell just happened? My mom had the power. She had the ability to talk to me that way. And it worked. I didn't even question it. I just did what I was told. It doesn't matter. There's always somebody who can get you to do things, can get you to. It's just crazy. I just remember the look on Milena's face. She was like, "What the hell, man?" And she said something to my mom like, "Can we just keep you around?" But yeah, watching Belichick, that was funny. So, yep, the mom effect, mama power is undefeated. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how that works. I didn't argue. I didn't question. I just did what I was told. Our Kansas is better than your Kansas. I like that. All right. It's a big down coming up here. Oh, he dropped it. And field goal is not good enough. They're down by 4. So this is the ball game, 4th and 5 right here. Let's see if Caleb's got it. Not his fault. That was just a drop. Keep your eyes on the ball. If you watch the ball make contact with your hands, you cannot drop it. You can't drop it. You can't. You will not drop it. Just watch the ball make contact and you will not drop it. You want to guarantee to catch that thing, just keep your eyes on it. Watch Julian Edelman in Super Bowl 51. Watch the slow replay where he's going down and catching it. Watch his eyes. You'll catch anything. You can suddenly become Larry Fitzgerald if you just watch the ball go to your hands. Don't catch it with your body. Catch it with your hands. Catching it with your body, it's going to bounce off your pads. It's too hard because you have to cradle it perfectly in order to keep it to stay. Unless you have no choice, of course. Fourth and 5. Here we go. Got a wide open. He hit him. That was poor defense right there. That was very, very poor defense. Hey John, were you here when I mentioned the Signal app? I'm just making sure I didn't, because I saw some people leave for a moment. You can also look me up on Signal. Just I'm probably the only Aaron Von Allen. So you should be in the Legion chat anyway. So that. Nope. Second down. Yeah, you must first have to have a defense in order to have a poor defense. Yeah, that's kind of sad, isn't it? I'm just surprised by both these teams just letting so many points on the board. Nice play. Got the first down, but they got no timeouts. I don't know if I like that, guys. I don't know if I like that because I probably would have played sideline or just gone for the end zone 4 times in a row. Now you only get one play. As where had you not done that up the middle like that, had you not done that, you'd get all 4 downs just by throwing it to the end zone every time. Not sure I like that. Of course, if they make it to the end zone, it won't matter. So clock's over, 0-0. He's got to throw it. He's got to make it or it's over. Incomplete. 49ers win. Would have had all 4 downs had you not thrown it up the middle right there. Situational football, guys. Situational football. How is the coach not telling the quarterback? Because clearly the quarterback isn't aware of this. How is the coach not saying, dude, you cannot throw it up the middle? You have to get to the boundary line or throw it to the end zone. Oh, okay, the guy who didn't catch the game winner is now hurt all of a sudden. These guys are such fakers. Oh my God. Pathetic. Pathetic. Okay. All right. Well, the game was pretty good. I mean, you know, it wasn't a lot at stake really, but it was fun being, you know, hanging out and talking about you know, goats of different teams and things like that. That was pretty cool. So, and you guys were pretty funny tonight. You know, speaking of funny, Israel said something funny to me last night. Because I was talking about how Dan Campbell's holding back the Lions, and he's just he manages to do crazy, dumb things. Israel goes, "It's unique how stupid he is." It's unique how stupid he is. That's a lot. That's a lot. I told him, I said, I'm going to use that quote. That's a good quote. All right, guys. Thank you for being here tonight, and I will see you guys Thursday. Okay. If you want to talk to me sooner, keep an eye out on my chess. Go to my chess channel, Vaughn Morphy. Just like the logo there. Yeah, logo over there, Vaughn Morphy. Yeah. And I'm going to be probably playing some chess live, so we can talk football there too if you want. Okay. All right. Just make sure you subscribe and put all notifications. Make sure the bell icon is solid color. Okay. All right. And that will do it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you Thursday night.
Von Allen Sports.
This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching Von Allen Sports. Real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go!
Von Allen Sports. Von Allen Sports.
This is the man with the most badass name in sports. The Pharaoh, the Egyptian god himself, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And on behalf of my man Von Allen, we want to thank you for your support. Let's fucking go.
Von Allen Sports.